All right, so let's dive into something pretty wild that went down in Kochi, Kerala,
Yeah.
just this past weekend.
Wow.
Imagine this, you're waking up, it's Saturday morning, April 5th, 2025.
All right.
Beautiful place to be, Kochi, Kerala. That's God's own country, as they call it.
Mm.
And, maybe you've got that chai brewing. You're just easing into the weekend.
Yeah, nice.
Everything's peaceful, and then bam, your phone explodes.
Mm.
It's news alerts, it's people sharing this crazy video, and you're looking at it thinking, is this real?
Wow.
It appears to show employees from this private marketing firm in Kallur, and they're on their hands and knees. Some of them even have what look like leashes on,
No.
and they're being forced to lick coins off the floor.
What?
It is intense.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, to go from that idyllic Saturday morning scene you just described
Oh, right.
to something so jarring and honestly disturbing.
It's like a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
And this wasn't just some quick flash in the pan internet thing. By the time people were finishing their morning coffee, it was the only thing anyone was talking about.
Wow.
I mean, everyone was calling this the most insane corporate drama of 2025.
I bet.
And it wasn't just social media blowing up either. The moment this hit the news, the Labor Department and the State Human Rights Commission, they both jumped right on it.
Oh, wow.
And that tells you right there, this isn't some office prank gone wrong. We're talking serious potential violations here.
Absolutely. When you see government bodies reacting that quickly,
Yeah,
it means they're seeing this as a potential breach of labor laws,
sure.
even basic human rights,
Huge red flags.
not just some internal company matter.
Exactly. So everyone's initial reaction is this has got to be some kind of extreme workplace harassment. This is unacceptable. But then almost as quickly as that shock sets in, you get this whole other side of the story coming out.
Oh, really?
One of the people who's supposedly in that video, he comes forward
Okay.
and says, wait a minute, this isn't even recent footage. This is old stuff.
Yeah.
And he claims this whole thing is a smear campaign. Some disgruntled ex-manager is trying to take the company down.
Wow, that completely changes things, doesn't it?
Right.
I mean, it really highlights how tricky it can be to figure out what's real just from a video or a photo,
It's like truth versus manipulation.
especially these days when things go viral so fast.
Yeah.
It makes you think, what's the real story here? What are the motives behind releasing this now?
Exactly. So now we're stuck with this huge question. Were these employees actually subjected to this awful, humiliating treatment? Or is this whole thing a setup to destroy the company's reputation?
It's hard to know what to believe.
And then you start thinking beyond the shock value of the video, and it makes you question the kind of pressure people are under at work,
Yeah.
Where do we draw the line between pushing for results and basic human dignity?
Right. How far is too far?
What's acceptable behavior and what absolutely crosses that line?
Such important questions. And this whole situation in Kochi really brings those issues to the forefront.
It does, and it makes you wonder about the stuff that goes on behind closed doors in so many companies.
Absolutely. It's a stark reminder that just because something isn't caught on camera doesn't mean it's not happening.
So let's break down what we know so far. It all starts on that Saturday, April 5th, 2025. This private marketing firm in Kallur suddenly becomes the center of this huge controversy when that video and all these reports come out,
Right.
allegedly showing employees being forced to crawl, some even with leashes, and then they're made to lick coins off the floor. The reports say it was punishment for not hitting sales targets.
It's just awful to even think about.
I know, and the reaction was swift and intense within hours. The Labor Department, the local police, the State Human Rights Commission, and even the Youth Commission in Kerala all announced they're launching investigations.
Wow. So they're all taking this really seriously.
Dead serious. And almost as soon as these allegations went public, there was pushback big time.
Really?
Someone who was supposedly in the video, he comes forward and says, hold on, this footage isn't even recent. This is old stuff. And he claims it's all being spread around by a former manager who's got it out for the company owner, trying to make him look bad.
So it's like a revenge plot.
Yeah. And then the firm owner himself, he denies that anything like this ever happened at his current company in Kallur. He even suggests that maybe if any of this is true, it might have happened at some other business he used to be involved with in Perambavoor.
So he's trying to distance himself from the whole thing.
Exactly. So now we've got these two completely opposite stories.
Right.
On one side, you've got these disturbing visuals, people claiming to be employees saying they were subjected to this humiliating treatment as punishment for not selling enough.
The crawling, the leashes, the coin licking, it's just shocking.
It is. And then on the other side, you've got the guy in the video saying this is old news being used as a weapon, and the company owner trying to wash his hands of the whole thing.
There's like a tangled web.
And it's this immediate, stark contradiction that makes this whole thing so fascinating and so unsettling.
I can see that it really highlights how hard it is to get to the truth when you have such different accounts, and especially now when information, real or fake, can spread so quickly.
And especially with video footage, because seeing is believing for a lot of people, but now we have to question everything.
You can't just take things at face value anymore.
And then there's the official response, which is just as interesting.
Okay.
By the very next day, April 6th, this wasn't just some social media argument anymore.
Right.
The labor minister, V. Sivankudi, he came out and strongly condemned what was being alleged, and he ordered an immediate full-scale investigation.
So the government's stepping in.
Big time. And the State Human Rights Commission, they filed a case based on a complaint from lawyer Kulathur Jasing and then the head of the Youth Commission, M. Shajar. He put out these strong statements saying this kind of treatment is absolutely not okay in a civilized society, and he promised legal action if the allegations turn out to be true.
So multiple government agencies are involved now.
Yeah, they're all over this, and that shows you how seriously they're taking these claims.
It's definitely a coordinated and forceful response, and it really emphasizes that they believe something might have gone very wrong here.
It's not just about potential labor law violations, it's about fundamental human rights.
And the Youth Commission's involvement suggests they're particularly concerned about the well-being of younger employees.
And, you know, beyond the specifics of what may or may not have happened at this marketing firm, this whole thing brings up these bigger issues for all of us.
Like what?
Workplace harassment. It's sadly not new, but the things that are shown in this video, if they're real, it just forces you to look at what we consider acceptable in the workplace.
You'd have to wonder how much pressure is too much.
Where's the line between motivating your team and pushing them to the breaking point?
Exactly. And what about the ethical side of things?
Right. Can you
Yeah.
justify any kind of behavior just to boost profits, just to make more money?
Tough questions.
And this incident also has a ripple effect on the whole region.
How so?
Kerala. They've built this image of God's own country. You know, it's a place known for its progressive values, high education levels.
A very positive reputation.
And then this happens, and it doesn't matter if the allegations are true or not, the damage is done.
People start questioning the reality behind the image.
Exactly. And it raises these uncomfortable questions about what it's really like to work in Kerala for some people.
It casts a shadow for sure.
So we've got these conflicting stories, the employees saying one thing, the company pushing back, multiple state agencies investigating, and it all leaves us with this big question: what happens now?
Yeah. What are the long-term consequences?
What about the people involved, the ones who say they were mistreated and the ones being accused? What happens to them?
And the company itself, will they ever recover from this?
And maybe even more importantly, what does this whole situation tell us about the way we work today?
About the pressures we face, the competition.
The way some people are willing to treat others just to get ahead?
It makes you think about the lengths people will go to, either to control others or to protect themselves.
It's like we're seeing the dark side of ambition and desperation playing out in this one incident.
And that's really the heart of the matter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not just about what happened on that Saturday in Kochi. It's about the power dynamics in workplaces, the pressure to perform, and the basic human need to be treated with dignity.
It's a story that will stick with us long after the investigations are over.
And long after the headlines fade away.
It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the world of work.
And maybe even about ourselves.
Absolutely, because we all have a role to play in creating a more ethical and humane work environment.
And that's something we're thinking about long after this episode is over.
Definitely food for thought for all of us.
For sure. And that's a wrap on this deep dive into the Kochi marketing firm controversy.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me.
It's been an eye-opening conversation.
It really has. And for everyone listening, stay tuned. We'll keep you updated as this story unfolds. And as always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye.